Good morning, everybody. Happy asynchronous Tuesday. We don't get a lot of those, do we? Um, October 13th, cruising through, right? That means 18 more days. Some of you guys will be wearing a mask for fun instead of for COVID-19. Here we go. Let's try this warm up again. You know the drill. Copy this entire thing down, then you go pause the video and try to get as many things done as you can. If you totally get stuck after copying everything down, you come back. And on this one, I will give you a couple of hints, and then you could pause again and go back, okay? And get your answers when you're all done. Okay, all right, go ahead and pause it, and I will see you guys soon. Okay, guessing on you're coming back for hints that I want to remind you, go ahead and put the time sign on top of all these, right? That'll help remind you some things. Put the plus sign because we're getting the sum at the bottom and the product on top, right? What does difference mean? That means you're going to subtract, okay? The difference between 7 and 5 is 2. You kind of knew that, but how did you get to 7 subtracting 5, right? 7 minus 5. So I'm going to go 3 to the 4th power. And again, the most popular wrong answer for both of these is what? 12, right? But what I'm supposed to do is multiply that base number times itself that many times. So how many times will I multiply 3 here? I will multiply it by itself 4 times. So you're doing that. And for 4 to the 3rd power, again, it's not 12, it's 4 times itself 3 times, okay? And you could do these in groups or you can go in order, right? When you multiply, it's okay. Now, this freaks people out. That word evaluate, don't be afraid of that. All it means is figure out what the value is. What is x plus 8 if x equals 3 and 3/10? All you have to do here is pretend like you're a soccer coach. Ref, I want to substitute. If x actually equals this, I'm going to substitute this for x. And instead of writing x, I'm writing 3 and 3/10 and figuring out what is 3 and 3/10 plus 8. On this one, if m actually equals 22, then I'm going to substitute, right? Ref, I need a sub. You get to play soccer coach. All right, and I'm going to put 22 in for m. If a actually equals 35, this is not going to equal 335. If I have a number next to a letter, it's kind of like having a number next to another number with parentheses in between, right? I need to multiply. So that's one that you're learning, right? And you're learning that big dot means multiply, right? All right, make sure you bring it up to the middle and it's bigger than the decimal so you don't get confused. So this is going to be 3 times 35. And 256 divided by n, if n equals 8, go substitute. If n equals 8, put 8 in for n. N for n. Ha. All right. And then I'd go rewrite it this way. All right. And this one, don't forget when you add, subtract, or compare decimals, the best way to get these things right is to write them vertically. That's one on top of another. I write the first number. When I go write the second number, the first thing I write is the decimal because I want to make sure that is in the right place. That'll line everything else up. An 8 and a 1 to the left, a 0, a 4, and a 3 to the right. And this looks weird. If I don't want it to look weird, remember you can add zeros after decimals, right, to the right of the decimal. If you want, it won't change its value. 26.2 is the same as 26.20, 0.200, and so on. So I'm going to put zeros in there. It's a lot less confusing, and I'm a lot less likely to just bring that 3 down. That's a mistake, right? I'm supposed to take that 3 away from something. All right, you've got your hints. Now go try it. Press pause and just come back to check your answers. Okay, welcome back. Let's see how you did. Okay, 25 and 10. Most people know 5 plus 5 is 10 and 5 times 5 is 25. 48 and 14. Some people say, well, 4 dozen, right? 4 12s is 48, but 4 plus 12 doesn't work here, huh? Okay, so I keep trying. Okay, if you have to, go list all the factors of 48. And when you list all the factors, always start with 1 times itself, right? 1 times 48. 1 and 48 are factors. It's even. See how many times? 2 times 24. If I add the digits, 4 plus 8, I get 12. I know 3 goes into 12, so 3 is going to go into this. If you have to go divide to find out, it's 16. Do it, all right? 2 times an even number means 4 is going to go into it. And we already talked about 4 dozen. 5 won't fit into it because it doesn't end in a 0 or 5, but 6 does. 6 times 8. Now, the only numbers between 6 and 8 are 7, and I know 7 doesn't fit, so I'm done. I know I have all the factors here. Whenever you have to get all the factors in, do an order like that, and you can't miss, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 12, 16, 24, 48 are all of the factors of 48. Okay. Now, do any of these pairs of factors add to 14? Yeah, 6 and 8. What about 8 times 6? Yeah, it works too. Commutative. 63 and 16, that's going to be 7 and 9. And this one's going to be 7 and 8. Okay. All right, 3 times 3 is 9. I can do 9 times 3 and get 27 and do 27 times 3. But I like pairing these up and do 3. These 2 3s make a 9. These 2 3s make a 9. What's 9 times 9? 81. All right. Or you can look at it like this. Put these in parentheses if you want. 9 and 9 is 81. 4 times 4 is 16. And 16 times 4 equals 64. What is the difference between 3 to the 4th and 4 to the 3rd? I got to subtract. 81 minus 64. I can't take 4 away from 1. Got to go borrow. I'm borrowing 10, and 10 plus that 1 is 11. That's how you can put that 1 there. 11 minus 4 is 7. 7 minus 1. So the difference between 3 to the 4th and 4 to the 3rd is 17. Okay. Now, I put these zeros here to make this easier. I got to go all the way over here and borrow. I get 10, and then I'm going to cross out that 10 and make it 9 and put 10 here. So 10 minus 3 is 7. 9 minus 4, 1 minus 0. 26 minus 18. Sometimes I just skip to that answer if I know it. All right. 3.3 plus 8. I got to line up the decimal. Where is the decimal in the number 8? Can you guys see it? Can you see it? Did I write it dark enough? Tricked you. I didn't write it. If you don't have a decimal in a number, you put it to the right. Remember, $5 is equal to $5.00. You can always add a decimal to the right of a number if there's not one there. So I'm going to put the decimal right here, and I'm going to go ahead and put the 8 and put that decimal in a 0 and a 3.3, and then when I add, I get 11.3 on that one. 22 minus 9.3, again, where's that decimal in the 22? I put it to the right, and go ahead and add a 0, and then I put 9.3 underneath it. I'm subtracting. I have 10 minus 3 is 7. The decimal comes straight down. You add or subtract, and 21 minus 9 equals 12. 12 and 7/10 on that one. 3 times 35. Again, I always go ahead and write it. I got 3 30s is 90. 3 5s is 15. 90 and 15, 105. Let's just double check. 3 times 5 is 15. Carry the 1. 3 times 3 is 9 plus 1, 10. 105. Okay, last one. How many times is 8 going to 25 is what I do first. And 3 times 8 is 24. So I'm going to say 3. It's 24. I subtract, bring down the next number. 8 goes into 16 twice. And I'm all done. Okay, hope you did well. Hope you have a great Tuesday. Remember, Thursday's the last day of the quarter. Get all that old homework done. Anything that's missing, get it in now. All right? Have a great day, everybody.